Hold up, hold up, hold up. It's that boy G Plans. Don't give a damn. He cooler than a fan. Walking real tall. Some say he's a man.
Straight up. Now tell
Hmm.
me about all right, you had this record with
Hmm.
B King, right?
Yeah.
Y'all was doing y'all thing
He produced a record for me. Hmm.
and everything just ceased. Right now, B King doing this thing.
Hmm.
He has the club going crazy, whatever.
Hmm.
Like, can you reveal to us why or what happened?
Hmm. Well, that's crazy. Cause okay, so Love and Hip Hop came to Houston, and they asked a couple artists to be a part of the cast and the crew, whatever. Not, I had been trying to work with B King for years. I had been trying to get tracks from him, trying to get him to do music with me, and it just seemed like I could never make that happen. So now Love and Hip Hop come to Houston, and all of a sudden, I bump into B King, and he say, it was right after the day that we filmed the explosive scene that everybody talked about, like that, why the reason why they think why Love and Hip Hop Houston didn't happen. The day after that, he contacted me and said that he wanted to work with me, which at that moment, I didn't think nothing of it, but everybody else was telling me that that was just kind of ironic that, everybody found out I'm in Love and Hip Hop Houston the day after, he want to work with me. So, but I didn't look at it like that because I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. So we in the studio and I let him listen to this, idea that I had. In that moment, I was in a bad situation in my relationship and I started singing the record, Today I'ma give me some, and I promise you it won't be a that. Well, anyway, long story short, I'm playing with the record, but I'm like, in my mind, I feel like I always say a lot of corny stuff because, like I said, I'm not just a hardcore rapper. So I'm saying some corny stuff, and I'm looking at him like, we ain't gonna do that, huh? He was like, no, 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 that sound dope. So he starts doing his little hands like this, and then he start going like this, and then we both just came with the record. It was just dope. It's called Big, and I remember his manager, which was Tasha, and they had called me over to their house, and it was like, "Oh, this is gonna be a hit record." So we all talked about the record. We did all the paperwork and everything, and I mean, it was just an amazing feeling. And I was so excited. And from there, boom, we started working the record. I mean, we started working it hard. We was going to every club, 3 and 4 clubs a night, not missing a night, not missing anything. I mean, just boom, 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 boom. And then we out of town. Uh, my last show I did with him on that record was Natchitoches, Louisiana. So we did that earlier that day. I think the show was on a Friday. Yeah, yeah. The show was on a Friday. So I remember that day before. That Thursday he told me, you heard anything about Love and Hip Hop? Because we didn't know if they had picked it up or not. Now we had been working with each other now at this point like 3 or 4 months straight. So working the record strong. He had, and I never had any issues with B King. I thought he was an amazing person and his manager as well. So I've nothing bad to say about them as far as that process. And, they did help me out a lot. But, you just got to keep it real, with yourself. And I feel like the way that they done me was fucked up because at the end of the day, I tell them on a Thursday that Love and Hip Hop ain't gonna pick up Love and Hip Hop show. They kept on asking me, oh, so you heard anything about Love and Hip Hop? You heard anything about Love and Hip Hop? You heard anything? They just kept on asking me, and I knew about it like maybe 2 weeks ago, but my spirit had already told me that if I tell them that they're not gonna be fucking with me no more. I don't know why I felt that, but I felt that in my spirit. So from there, I told them on a Thursday that Love and Hip Hop, they not picking up the show. They not doing the show. By Saturday, I was blocked from his manager calling me, which was Tasha, which was connected to him. And by Saturday, he had completely stopped answering my phone call.
So y'all haven't talked since?
Well, what happened was a month after that, I saw him in a strip club in Onyx. And I walked up to him. He had a hoodie on. And mind you, this is somebody I was really, really close with. I was really, really close with him. So this was shocking to me. I mean, I ain't never had nobody come in my life that just dropped me like that. And I ain't know why. Like with no explanation or nothing. And I was sitting in the car with Tasha the day that I dropped him off, because we was on our way back from Natchitoches from the show. That Saturday, I remember I dropped him off. I felt like something was awkward. And he was like, I said, I need to get some flyers and stuff like that, because we had bought a bunch of flyers and stuff like that. So normally I would get a couple of them, and then when I see them next time, I get more. But this time they was piling everything up in my car. Like, somebody when they moving their girlfriend out and shit, it was piling up everything in the car. I was like, God damn, I don't know what's going on. So his manager sits in the car with me, and she tells me, yeah, well, we just can't work with you. I just can't work with you no more. I mean, you know what's going on, right? Come on. You don't know what's going on? And I'm like, no, I don't know what's going on. She was like, well, you're kind of like a narcissist, and I really can't work with you. I mean, B King is like a narcissist too, but I can't work with you because you're like a narcissist. And come on, And I was like, what? I couldn't understand, like, what she was saying. Then she started bringing up shows, like, yeah, like some of the shows you was performing. I mean, you could see people wasn't really reacting to the show. Like, they wasn't really reacting to you, that like they really wasn't fucking with you. And I'm like, it's a new song. Like, we all know, like, in the urban community, sometimes when you doing a new song, people gotta warm up to you. Like, I'm in a new area. Nobody know me. Like, I'm just really trying to grind and get it. And I'm just being as humble as much as I can. That woman tore me down in the front seat. And out of respect, I ain't do nothing but take it. I should have backslapped her, but I didn't. That's what I wanted to do. But, I'm not that type of person. I just felt like at the end of the day, like, I still don't know what the reason behind it was. And like I said, before that day, that conversation, the reason why I say I should have backstabbed her, because I felt like in that moment she was disrespecting me as a woman. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
As a woman, I felt disrespected. And I didn't understand where that came from, because I had been so nice to this woman. And I thought this woman was an amazing woman. And I looked up to her, and I would talk nothing but nice about this woman. And for her to come in the car and do me like that, I ain't understand that. So anyway, when I saw B King in the strip club, I asked B King, like, what's up? Like, what's up? What happened? I don't understand. Now, mind you, I done already paid for a video, $800. Gave these people $800 to pay somebody for a video that never happened. Okay?
Did you ever get the money back?
I never got the fucking money back. Never got the money back. No. They said they paid it to the person that's supposed to do the video. So the person that's supposed to do the video, he like, yeah, but you got to give me more on top of that because they gave me the money for this a month ago. So I'm like, so y'all just going to try to fuck me over. So I kind of took that as a mental note, and I learned my lesson. And so when I saw B King at the strip club, he told me the reason why they wasn't fucking with me no more was because of the simple fact that my records wasn't selling. I'm like, we only been working it for, 4 months? And not just that record, but just in general, we had just started working together. To me, it was something new, and I was still working on a lot of other things. So, I mean, I really don't know what the real truth is. And if I wasn't selling anything, I mean, so what? Like, shit, artists always get out the box and ain't selling shit. That don't make me less of an artist or less of a person. I'm still that bitch. You ain't never gonna make me downplay myself and be like, oh, you ain't sell no records. At one point, motherfucking Michael Jackson ain't sell no fucking records. You understand me?
True.
So shit, you gotta start somewhere. You don't just drop people off and don't say nothing. I didn't like that. But I can't say, even though that one experience was worrisome to me, all the rest, the other 3 months, was amazing. That's why I couldn't understand it. That's why I was so hurt. That's why I was so angry about it. That's why I was so confused about it, because I didn't know where it was coming from. So everybody was led to believe that was because of, I wasn't on the show. And me being on the show would have probably created more record sales. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm happy for all his success. B King been having people in the clubs jumping way before this record, and it's unfortunate that it took like so long for the whole world to realize that he definitely deserves his chance. He definitely deserves his turn. And for me, it's all love. Outside of that one situation, that's the situation. Hell, I have bad stories I could tell you about my brothers and sisters, but I still love them motherfuckers.
So do you think y'all can resolve it and get back to work, or?
I mean, one of the DJs in Atlanta tried to talk to him about us doing a show together, like just a show together. And supposedly he was like, nah, I can't do nothing with her. It's the dog. And I'm like, bro, you can't do that, because now you try to make it look like it's something that it ain't. That's not cool, because I'm not that type of woman. So, you know, and like I said, that was like my brother. So it's just crazy to me. But I mean, I don't have no lost love for nobody. I'll work with anybody as long as you ain't never put your hands on me or stole from me or bad mouth my son. I'm good.